So theater owners apparently hate Disney. What a coincidence, so do I. Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Come on. Do it. Do it!
I've stated many times on this channel how I believe that Disney is the enemy of creativity and a good representation of everything that's wrong with modern Hollywood. I don't know if you guys know this, but part of the reason I believe that is because Disney has been known to strong-arm or even buy out theaters to ensure that their movies get the maximum amount of screens, which in effect limits the amount of screens available for smaller, probably better movies. This is why we see shallow, mass-produced Disney entertainment playing every half hour at your local theater.
That makes sense.
No wonder people are so quick to accept Disney content, it's probably all they're able to see. But this issue is complicated even further by the news that came out this week. The Movie Theaters Owners Association is upset because Disney released Black Widow on Disney Plus the same day that it released in theaters.
Why do you cry?
Movie theater owners believe this is the biggest reason for the steep decline in box office numbers for Black Widow in its second week. Now, of course, this is being spun by the media as Disney was doing the fans a favor, saying that they gave fans who aren't comfortable going back to theaters yet an opportunity to watch Black Widow from home. First off, I don't believe Disney gives a shit about any of the fans' comfort. They just want your money. If it was about comfort and convenience and doing something for the fans, then why wasn't Black Widow released on Disney Plus for free? HBO Max has been doing it since their inception. No, instead they charge people an additional $30 on top of the Disney Plus subscription fee. If anything, that sounds like they're taking advantage of Marvel fans who don't want to go back to the theater yet. So let's stop acting like Disney has the moral high ground here.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Now this leads me to the reasons why I believe that Black Widow is underperforming in its second week. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with Disney Plus whatsoever. Would the movie had made more for theaters if it was exclusively in theaters? Absolutely, that's a no-brainer. But I believe that this movie is underperforming simply because it's just not that good.
You didn't see that coming.
A real question, have MCU fans ever been known to not go see one of these movies multiple times in theaters, regardless of quality? To me, it feels like the cracks in the Disney Marvel armor are starting to show. Maybe, just maybe, people are finally starting to realize that Disney just doesn't make good movies anymore. At least not good enough for some people to risk going to a theater yet. And this type of reaction to these big blockbuster movies is becoming more and more common each time one is released. A big movie with a lot of buzz makes a lot of money on its first weekend, and then once the hype dies down and the word of mouth starts and everyone starts to think again, everyone starts to realize that Disney isn't putting out a product that is worth spending your hard-earned money on.
I'd buy that for $1.
As far as theaters go, I understand that Disney movies bring in a lot of money regardless of quality, but from a theater perspective, it's not exactly wise to be so reliant on a studio that has shown that they are creatively bankrupt. The general movie-going audience may not realize it now, but someday they might. Like my boy Quentin Tarantino says, this shit comes in waves.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
All these identity politics and pandering that Disney tries to put into their movies now will eventually turn the most hardcore Disney fan away. You can only take so much as a human being before enough is enough, and you just want entertainment to entertain you again. Now, I'm not impressed by their movies personally, but Disney Marvel had a great run. You just cannot deny their success. They had a formula that worked, and they stuck to it for over 10 years. But now, because they have people hooked already, they're starting to switch things up and put more agendas into their content. So at the end of the day, people are just left with subpar movies like Black Widow that ultimately mean nothing and don't have the same hype around them as, say, an Infinity War or an Endgame. You made a prequel to a dead character that came out about 8 years too late, all from a script that was written in 11 days. And you wonder why it's not making the same impact?
That is one big pile of shit.
Does anyone really think they got the best movie we could possibly get off of a script that was written in 11 days? Most people can't write 11 good pages in 11 days. To be clear, I do hate same-day streaming releases because I do care about the theater experience, and I want theaters to last. But to me, this has nothing to do with them releasing this movie on Disney Plus, and everything to do with Disney releasing subpar entertainment. Maybe if we didn't let mediocre movies dominate the theaters for the past 10 years, it wouldn't be such a big blow when one of them underperforms finally. This is why I always say this and why I will continue to say this. If you demand better and stop supporting mediocrity, they will have to do better. Black Widow could have been a badass spy story if people demanded that. Instead, we got a bloated, pointless women empowerment movie that most people lost interest in after the first week. Disney and the theaters can point fingers at each other all they want. But to fix this problem, it starts with us, the audience, just not being accepting of the status quo that Disney has created. Disney truly is the biggest enemy of creativity.
Oh, I got a live one here.
So let me know what you thought about all this in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Shut up.